it's blue. Obviously, you haven't seen me upload or be very active on YouTube until, like, a few days ago, and I assume you clicked on this video because you wanted to know what was up with that. Well, a lot of stuff has happened, and lots of good stuff is coming, so I'll rant about that for a bit with this speedraw in the background. The main thing is that I got hyperfixated on the Magnus archives, among other things, for a few months. I did a lot of fan art and stuff for that, and seriously improved my ability to draw humans, so that's good. However, I was distracted from a lot of my video plans and stuff, and it didn't help when school started back up again in August. I'm a senior this year, which meant I had to focus on things like college and homework and all that, and it's just been stressful. Lots of character development for me, you know? But now that things are calming down a little and I've got more of a handle on things, thank goodness for spring break, I'll hopefully be able to start doing the videos and other plans I've been wanting to do. Other than videos, though, I've got a few other big things for you guys to look forward to as well. First of all, I'm doing commissions now. My coffee is in my bio, the description of this video, and this little thing up here the future me will add. You can now pay me to draw your OC or your pet or whatever it is you want me to draw. More info is, of course, on my coffee. Second, I've got a new setup and recording space. Until 2025, I'd claimed a random armchair in the living room as my nest and done everything on my Surface Pro 7. Which, that thing has lasted 4 years of abuse and is still going surprisingly strong, because apparently Surfaces are great at everything but storage space and complex 3D rendering, but gosh dang, the poor thing's not gonna survive college. So I've upgraded to an actual gaming PC, that runs quieter than a glorified tablet the size of a spiral notebook, and an actual desk. Well, desk, loft, bed combo, because I am barely tall enough to drive a go-kart, and would still be living in my parents' basement if we actually had one, so instead I still live in my rather small childhood bedroom. I'm still figuring out a lot of my setup, especially my new microphone, because Surface Pro 7s also have really good mics for no reason, and that's legitimately what I used for most of my videos before this. Which is currently dangling over my head because it's weirdly sensitive, and I have a loft bed. But this means future VR videos will not be limited to whether I have access to my mom's computer or not, and I will have more room, so I'm less likely to punch my closet. Although VR Subnautica Part 2 was recorded before this, so I also kick and headbutt my closet in addition to punching it. As well as things like video games with better graphics, and maybe some messing around with Blender and stuff like that. And last but definitely not least, I'm also planning out my own webcomic. You've seen glimpses of the characters and whatnot in previous videos, but soon you'll be able to see their story. This is something I've been writing and planning for, honestly, the majority of my life at this point, so it's really cool that I'll finally be able to share it with the world. I'll talk more about the premise and details in future videos and posts, and eventually an animated trailer, but for now, it's an urban fantasy called The Secrets of the Dragons, or Tassaded if you don't want to type that mouthful, featuring things such as a sci-fi-based magic system, a duo of Siberian husky brothers based on my own floofy doofus of a dog, and dragons that spend too much time on the internet. Heavily inspired by things like Wings of Fire, Percy Jackson, and The Owl House, so if you like those, I hope you'll like this. Anyway, thank you for being patient with my wildly inconsistent upload schedule. I've got big plans in store for you all, but for now, here's a drawing of a certain spooky British guy as a Nightwing to try out my new drawing tablet. Thanks for watching. So, I'll rant about that for a bit while this... Dang it. My coffee is in the bio. The bio what? The biosphere? Gosh dang, past me wrote some long sentences. A duo of Siberian to try out my